Nobody wanted her. She had sat in that shelter for 412 days, 412, and every single person who walked past her kennel said the same thing. Too serious, too cold, too much like she was judging you for even looking at her. But what happened the night she finally walked through a real front door will change everything you thought you knew about cats who never smile. Her name was Luna, a silver tabby with a coat that looked like winter clouds, soft, layered, and impossibly gray. She had the kind of face that stopped people mid-sentence, high cheekbones, heavy-lidded green eyes, and a permanent expression that said she had already decided you weren't worth her time. She wasn't feral, she wasn't aggressive, she had never bitten anyone, she had never hissed without reason. The shelter staff adored her. They would tell visitors she's really sweet once she knows you, and the visitors would nod politely, take one more look at that serious, unreadable face, and walk past to the friendlier cage at the end of the row. Cats like Luna don't trend on social media. They don't get shared in heartwarming reels. They don't perform. They don't pose. They simply sit there, magnificent and misunderstood, while the world keeps scrolling. She had been surrendered at age 2 by a family who moved overseas. No trauma, no history of problems, just a cat who happened to have the kind of face that people confused with personality. The kind of face that made strangers whisper, "She looks mean," when what they actually meant was, "She makes me feel like she sees through me." And maybe she did, because Luna had something most cats don't. She watched, she waited, she never offered herself cheaply. And the world, unfortunately, isn't very patient with creatures who take their time. The shelter tried everything. They moved her kennel closer to the entrance thinking visibility was the problem. They updated her photo 3 times, different lighting, different angles. One staff member even made her a little sign that said, "Quieter than most, deeper than all." It didn't help. People smiled at the sign and kept walking. By month 11, the shelter began having quiet conversations. Conversations no one wanted to have out loud. Luna was taking up space. Luna was a long-term resident. Luna had been passed over so many times that the staff had stopped logging the rejections. A volunteer named Daria had been coming in every Tuesday for 3 years. She cleaned kennels, she refreshed water bowls. She never tried to adopt because her apartment lease said no pets, but she always stopped at Luna's kennel. Always. She would sit on the floor outside the gate, not reaching in, not coaxing, just being there. And Luna would sit 6 inches away on the other side of the wire, also just being there. It was the most honest relationship either of them had. Then Daria's building was sold. New owners, new rules, pets allowed. And Daria stood in the shelter parking lot one October morning, hands shaking, paperwork already in her bag, and she thought, what if she doesn't recognize me outside this place? What if I only knows me as part of the shelter? What if I walk in there today and she looks at me like just another stranger? She walked in anyway. You're still here. You haven't subscribed yet. I know, because this story isn't finished and you need to see what happens next. Hit that subscribe button now. Stories like Luna's are exactly why this channel exists, and there are so many more waiting for you. Luna was in her usual spot, back corner of the kennel, sitting upright, watching the door with those heavy green eyes that never quite looked warm to anyone who knew her. Daria knelt down, same as every Tuesday, same posture, same quiet. She didn't call Luna's name, she didn't hold out her hand, she just settled onto the cold floor and waited, the way she always had. Luna stood up. She walked to the gate. Not slowly, not cautiously. She walked like she had already made the decision a long time ago and was only now getting around to executing it. She pressed her nose through the wire and touched Daria's hand. The shelter staff who witnessed it said they had never seen Luna initiate contact with anyone, not in 412 days. Daria filled out the paperwork with one hand. Luna was already purring. The drive home was quiet. Luna sat in the carrier without a sound, which the staff had warned Daria about. She's not a crier, they said. She doesn't make noise. You might think something's wrong. Nothing's wrong. That's just Luna. But when Daria opened the carrier door in her new apartment with the new rules that allowed pets, Luna stepped out slowly. She walked to the center of the room. She looked at the window. She looked at the couch. She looked at Daria. And then she did something no one at the shelter had ever seen her do. She lay down, right there, on the floor, in the middle of the room, on her side, completely flat, completely open. the most vulnerable position a cat can take, the one that says, "I am safe here. I am not afraid here. This is mine." Daria sat down beside her on the floor and didn't say anything for a long time. Luna reached out one paw and rested it on Daria's knee. That was it. That was the whole thing. No dramatic meow, no tearful reunion, just a silver cat with a serious face and 412 days of patience, finally home. Here's what I keep thinking about. Luna never changed. She was the same cat on day 1 as she was on day 412. The same eyes, the same stillness, the same quiet refusal to perform for people who hadn't earned it. What changed was the person. Daria showed up Tuesday after Tuesday without asking for anything in return, without expecting Luna to be different, warmer, easier, or more convenient. And Luna, who had watched hundreds of people walk past her kennel and decide she wasn't enough, finally found someone who thought she was exactly enough. That's the thing about the serious ones, the quiet ones, the ones with the unsmiling faces and the heavy eyes and the long histories of being overlooked. They're not cold, they're not broken, they're not waiting for you to fix them, they're waiting for you to stay. If you're thinking about adopting, please think about the ones who don't perform for you, the ones who sit in the back of the kennel and watch with those impossible eyes. They may not love you loudly, but when they do love you, it will be the realest thing you have ever felt. And that love, quiet, steady, chosen, is the kind that doesn't fade when things get hard. It deepens, because they know what it costs to trust someone. They've counted the days, they've watched the faces, they've learned the difference between people who stop and people who stay. When they finally pick you, they're not being impulsive, they're being certain. Luna still has that serious face. She still looks like she is quietly judging every life choice you have ever made. She sleeps on Daria's pillow, she waits by the door at 6 every evening, she still doesn't meow much. But some mornings she sits in the window and closes her eyes against the light. And if you look closely, if you really look, you can see it. The slowest blink, the softest exhale, the face of a cat who has decided, finally, that the world is good, and that is enough. Some stories are too good to keep to yourself. If Luna's reminded you of something, or someone, share this with the person who needs to see it today. Now tell me this, would you have walked past Luna's kennel, or would you have stopped? Is it the face that matters, or the patience behind it? Drop your answer in the comments. I read every single one.